Hello everyone, good evening, Rose here. Today I'm reacting to Foodie Beauty's live stream called Hi Beezers. So this was a live stream she did yesterday. There was a lot of things going on yesterday, so I couldn't get to it. But I've been scanning through Foodie's content and I was looking for things that were react worthy. So I'm choosing this live stream because in this live stream she talks about her upcoming move, details about the move, details about the house, and I want to give my thoughts on it. So let me just go ahead and share the screen so you guys can see what I see. Okay, and there's Foodie. So there she is. She's in her car, and this live stream went on for 3 hours. Obviously, I'm not going to do all 3 hours, and I'm trying to skip past the part where she was stuffing her mouth full of food. I know you guys don't want to see that, neither do I. But before we get into the live stream, let's cover some of the comments below. Let's see. Miss Blackwood says, if this story is to be believed, Chantal will have a responsibility and an obligation, two words that she hates, to keep this house in good shape. No rotting bags of garbage, no box mountains, no days-old takeout left out to attract bugs, no moldy pots and pans languishing in the kitchen, no drip-drying pansies on the couches or the beds, no neglecting the litter boxes, and no smoking weed in her bedroom. These people could be watching her on a daily basis to make sure she's not trashing the place and taking care of their cats. Chantal will not be free to do as she pleases and live in filth as she loves to do. Peach will be exactly zero help around the house. This is the exact opposite of what she's been saying she wants, and when reality sets in, she's going to have major buyer's remorse. So everybody's been kind of speculating a little bit about how she got into this house in the first place. So there has been talk that perhaps one of her family members stepped forward and got her into a place. That this place in question, the more she talks about it, the more it sounds like temporary housing. It doesn't sound like something much more permanent. Perhaps it's an Airbnb. Perhaps it's just a property that somebody is lending her until she can get on her feet and get a place of her own. Nobody knows exactly what's going on there, but it looks like somebody helped her get into the place. Lone Wolf says, imagine how stressful this is going to be on BBJ to introduce two more male cats in a different home. The poor thing is elderly and needs space and peace and stability. So yeah, that's another thing. Where Chantal is moving into, there's going to be two cats already there. So I guess part of the agreement of living in this new home is Chantal has to take care of cats that belong to the owner. And as a cat owner, I do agree that when you have a cat or a dog, they're looking for routine. Pets, just like people, they adapt to routine. So BBJ has been having trouble with Sam in the past. You know, Sam beats up on her because he wants more food, and Chantal doesn't do anything to kind of correct that situation. And here's BBJ. She's an elderly cat. She's not in the best of health. And on top of not being in the best of health and being in a new environment, which is going to stress her out, she's going to deal with two more cats, two bigger males. Not healthy for her, not healthy for her at all. Let's see. Mike Red says, this is freaking outrageous. I really hope someone finds and contacts these people and let them know that she will 200% forget their cats outside because she'll be too drugged up to take care of them. You know, I don't understand why anyone would let another person they don't know take care of their pets, especially as someone like Chantal. She doesn't take care of her own pets. Never mind taking care of somebody else's pets. Now, I wouldn't trust her. I wouldn't trust her at all. I fear for her pets. I fear for the other person's pets as well. Choking on Wheat says, never in my life have I heard of people leaving their pets to strangers and leaving all their furniture behind to keep taken care of by someone they don't even know. Did she find these landlords on Craigslist? Yeah, the whole situation is very strange. Like, how did Chantal come to know of this place? How did she come up to be, to get in there. And why would anyone leave their pets to a complete stranger? The whole situation is just very weird and very upsetting. Angel Wing says this is will be interesting with the cats. Fully grown older cats usually do not mingle with other cats well, especially male cats. They are territorial issues and cat fights can be very bad, resulting in injury. You just need to keep BBJ separated because she's too old to deal with that kind of stress. Just my opinion from an experienced cat owner. I agree, Angel Wings. Cats can be very, very territorial. And if you're introducing cats into a household, you have to be very slow about it. Like the introductions have to be slow and gradual. Like I'm living in a house right now that I'm sharing with a roommate. He's got two other cats, and I have my cat Booger. And, you know, I took my time with introducing her to the other cats in the house so there wouldn't be cat fights, but it was a slow process. But Chantal's not that careful. She's not going to care about cat fights or stress or anything. And poor BBJ is already in very bad health. So I fear for all the cats involved, not just hers, but the other two cats as well. Jamie S says you could have rented two one-bedroom apartments for the price you're paying for this place and had your own apartment for a change. I'm glad the cats have GPS collars because that will maybe motivate you to make sure you bring them in at night. The owners will be watching. I want the owners to be watching. If they paid all the money for that property, they should be watching her. Because if you leave Chantal alone, we see what happens. She doesn't take care of things, she just relies on the fact that nobody's watching her and she doesn't know how to behave. Ninja Monkey says the people who own this house are making the biggest mistake of their lives letting her live there, and they just don't know it yet. Well, honestly, I hope that Chantal does straighten up and she is responsible and she takes care of the property. I hope, for the sake of the owners who might have worked their entire lives to save up for the place, that she does not leave it as trashed as she's going to do the villa. Because that's just not fair for someone to work and work and work hard and save the money to actually invest into a property. And then because of one awful, disrespectful slob, by the time they're done with it, they've left you with thousands of dollars in damages. I really hope it doesn't happen to whoever is renting to Chantal. It's not their fault that she is such a child in her head. Uh, I hope that nothing bad happens. I really do, for their sake. Let's see. Julie Marie says, you do know cats climb fences and baby gates, right? Oh yeah, cats are great climbers. They can jump really high. Glooper says, y'all, they do have house sitting positions, but they don't usually let you bring your own pets and your roommate, not to mention the care and upkeep of the house she'd be required to do. And these people may not want their home to be doxxed on YouTube. Like, we're going to find out what the situation is. It's just going to take time. It's one of those wait and see things, y'all. Like, we can't rely on Chantal for the truth. The truth with Chantal is something that comes at us in bits and pieces, and we just got to put it together. C. Michelle says, I bet this is a long-term Airbnb. No one would rent to her with a background check, and Pizza's credit is shot and he's unemployed. This house will be destroyed by New Year's. And you know what? If it is an Airbnb or anything like that, she's going to get sued for damages. Watch. Watch. Petite Hibou says, do you realize that there is a verbal agreement between you and the owners, which means they can throw all of you out whenever they feel like it? Well, let's just see where it goes. Yeah, we're going to see what's going to happen. We're going to see what's going to happen. Okay, so that's some of the comments. I want to get into that briefly. So let's see what's going on with Miss Chantal today.
I'm not gonna destroy their house. Are you kidding me? I'm gonna take. There's gonna be a housekeeper.
What? Chantal with the jokes. I'm gonna be a housekeeper. What? Did she really just say that? Chantal being a housekeeper for anybody. She's not even a housekeeper for herself. Yo, Chantal, you don't even wash your own clothes and you have a washer and dryer. What do you mean you're going to be a housekeeper? You hate housework. You don't even do your own housework. How can you be a housekeeper? Oh, wait, do you mean keeping somebody else's house versus keeping up somebody else's house? Okay, got it.
So don't worry about that. There's a housekeeper. There's snow removal. Somebody's taking care of everything. All I have to do is live there and pay. And
My apologies for not cutting out all of the eating footage. My apologies to all. All that Chantal does anymore is eat. It's impossible to work all the way around it. But I still apologize anyway.
I like today to talk about and finalize some things. They're basically fixing up the top level. They're putting a huge mirror there for me.
What?
Like a wall-sized mirror. And there's...
But Chantal, you hate mirrors. You hate mirrors, ma'am. You hate phones that don't have filters on them. And whenever you go anywhere that has a mirror, you avoid the mirror. So why do you need a mirror in your room if you hate mirrors? Because mirrors don't lie.
specific lighting setup on this level of the house. So it will be very, very good for when I do Instagram pictures, when I do try-on hauls, because
you don't use mirrors for your Instagram pictures. You use a lot of filters. Those mirrors aren't going to do anything as far as making you look better. You always use your filters, Chantal.
it's very, very light. There's a lot of light. So it's kind of going to be, I'm going to like set up this house kind of like a content house, but it'll be a place where I can, it'll be a home for me, but it'll also be like a content place. And the landlords are very nice people. I told them, when I do move.
This may seem random, but I would like to take a minute to call Chantal out for copying somebody and their ideas. Chantal, the ideas that you're coming up with for your content, you borrowed off of somebody else. And I'm going to name that somebody else. Ice Poseidon. For those who do not know, Ice Poseidon was someone that got really big on Twitch. He was a Twitch streamer. Ice Poseidon, I think he was one of the first ones to do a sleep stream. He did an interactive sleep stream where he made about $5,000 or $6,000 in one night just doing a sleep stream. And why he made so much money was because he said he would, went to bed. Before he did, he set it to where you had to pay a certain amount of money to get messages voice activated or play song requests, and people kept waking him up and he would wake up mad, and It was funny for people who want to go in the chat and troll. So Chantal took the whole sleep stream idea from Ice Poseidon. Likewise, the idea that she's come up with for a content house, that was something that Ice Poseidon also did. He set up a content house in a mansion for a while. So I see you over there, Chantal, looking at other streamers for different ideas about different things you can do.
Things are going to be pulled from the internet so that there's no chance of people comparing pictures. But if I do get doxxed, I did warn them a little bit. And we don't care.
Oh, they're going to care if they get sent clips of how your house looks and how dirty and filthy you are. They're going to care.
But I wanted falafels, but I was like, maybe I should be eating that many chickpeas. So yeah, in their kitchen they have this cool thing. It's like they have like a bunch of ninjas. I said, I have a brand new ninja. Somebody bought me a ninja. I can keep my ninja. That's great.
So why does the ninja matter? Because you've never used it. You're always eating fast food.
They have a whole Tupperware system. Like, they have a really cool kitchen.
That's not going to last long.
Gas stove. I don't know how to use. It looks like a very everything looks fancy and high tech. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to they're gonna have to show me like how to use the barbecue, how to use the stove. So I haven't.
What? Chantal, you don't know how to use a gas stove? Really?
Another meeting like a little bit down the line to be shown the routine with how to do things in their home. Another thing I want to break to you guys, and I don't want you to freak out, and I don't want you to worry. I'll tell you in a minute. So we have that, and then they have this, I don't know if it's like a carafe, but it's a huge coffee thing, like you would see in a hotel. So when you're entertaining people, and then like you have them over for breakfast, you just put like a whole bunch of coffee in it, and it keeps and they can just serve their own coffee. So like I'm thinking of having, my family, like I would love to host. I've never hosted a family dinner for my family. It's always, honestly, my SME has the smallest house. The smallest, crummiest of everyone in the family. My uncle has a huge house. You've seen it. But she does most of the hosting. She's just got that personality that's more, hospitable. She's like the only mom in the family, kind of, in a way. So like my uncle and his wife don't have kids, and they just don't entertain a lot. So
Chantal says, how long before she ruins the coffee bar area? Not long. And I don't have a coffee bar. I don't know how much those cost, but I would imagine they're not cheap.
We end up cramming into my mom's little fucking kitchen. It would be nice to give her a break. Her back, she's been working like for a long time, and it would just be nice to give her a break from that fucking heavy duty. Hosting a meal for for a family is no joke. So I would love to, she could just come over and help me. I don't know. Or maybe they would end up doing all the work while I just sit there. No, I'm just kidding. I don't want to be lazy anymore. I want to be that type of person to host a nice dinner. I want to host a dinner. And any rent that you pay, already paid, will go towards the principal balance. Will go towards, I don't know, principal balance, but will go towards the cost of the house. So the cost of the property. So, which is way, 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 way more than I could probably ever afford. It's like over $1 million. So I don't know about that. But maybe in a couple of years, if I rent this place for a couple of years and I rebuild my credit really well to the point, maybe that point where I could get a good interest rate, because you can get a mortgage with bad credit, you're just gonna pay fucking up the ass with interest. If you have really good credit, you'll get a really good interest rate on your mortgage. That's how it works, right? Same thing with cars. So, um, but for them to say, hey, whatever you paid, because it's a hefty price. I know people say, well, you should always buy. It's cheaper because you're spending all this rent money and it's not going towards your own house. Well, if I end up buying this house, then yes, it will go towards my house. So that was interesting to me, and that offer kind of made me think a little bit. Is this something in the future, property investment kind of thing? Is that something that
So Storm says moving into a snowbird's house, taking care of it while they are away. That's what it kind of sounds like. It sounds like somebody owns a property and maybe they're using it like a vacation type of property. And while they're away, they rent it out to people to basically be there while they're gone on vacation or trips or whatnot.
maybe in the future I could get myself into? Could I see myself getting into that? I don't know. But SGM's family. No, just hung out with SGM for no reason. Because I wanted to hang out with SGM. You guys think I'm totally self-serving. I'm not
You are.
actually like that at all.
So if they're not self-serving, what you could have done was go over there, hang out with SJM, and keep the camera off. But y'all made sure to turn the camera on. That's what you did. So it wasn't like we just want to hang out to hang out. You want to broadcast it for views and for money.
You guys don't know me. That's what I'm saying.
We know you enough. You're very money motivated. Oh, you know what? Listen. That is a shot right there. Y'all give me a second. That looks like a perfect thumbnail. Hold still, Chantal. Hold still. You look great, hon. Yes, you do. That is going to make a great thumbnail later. Thank you, ma'am. Please continue.
Say, the lifestyle where you're not responsible. No, I'll be responsible for. I'm not good at maintenance. So for me to maintain a whole house, no, I'm not going to be able to do that. But then you hire people who need jobs and who can do it for an affordable price. Are you moving to a furnished apartment or moving to a house?
So, good question. Poncho says, so who is coming to clean? See, I'm curious about that too, because everybody was suggesting to her when she's at the villa, hire maids to come in and clean. But Chantal would say, I don't want anyone to see my mess. Even though the maids aren't going to care, they're there to do a job and get paid for it. So she's at the villa and she won't hire maids there because she doesn't want anyone to see her sloppy mess, but she's going to move into this new place and hire maids. That just sounds weird.
Yes. Okay. So what I was going to tell you guys, let me go in the house first. Out because they needed, like, I don't know, they were just like, this is new for them renting their home. So
oh my God, really? So these poor people. So this is like their first time renting to somebody and they run into her. Oh my God.
The cats were obviously an issue. They can't bring them with them. So I will not forget them. I'm so nervous about that. I said, I'm so nervous to take care of someone else's cats.
I'm nervous about your cats being around the new cats. That's going to be a problem.
But I'm going back to meet her again so she can tell me further in detail their feeding routine, everything. They're very well taken care of cats, so I'm very
Unlike yours, they're not well taken care of.
nervous. But I said that to her. I was like, look, my cats are not like they just do what they want. And she's like, I'm not worried about that at all. Um, the alternative is, I don't want her to have to put them somewhere. That's their home. They like to be outside. I can set up BBJ up in my room comfortably. My room is huge. A nice bed, little stairs to go up to my bed. I'm going to get a baby door so BBJ will not be bothered. Sam, I want him to learn how to play with these cats.
So basically, she's going to have BBJ sequestered in her room, and Sam will be around the other male cats.
He's bored.
I predict a lot of cat fights. And here's the thing. So Sam is the male cat, and he's not a small cat by any means, but he is a bit chubby. And then you've got the two male cats, which are used to each other. And if you take cats that are not used to each other, in this situation, you have two male cats that they are very familiar with one another. And then here's this other male cat that's going to come in. The two male cats that know each other are going to gang up on Sam because he's the intruder. So, cats, especially the male cats, are very, very territorial. There's going to be some fights.
Bored. That's why he bugs BBJ. He's a young male.
No. The reason why he bugs BBJ is because you don't feed them well. And he's going after her for the extra food because you are irresponsible and neglectful when it comes to the food, Chantal. That's why he's going for her.
You fat young male, you fatty! Walk-in closet, master, bathroom. Danielle, these poor people have no idea you're a total mess. Oh, yes, they do.
No, they don't. Well, you know what? I'm sure you've minimized it. You've said, I'm a bit messy. I'm sure whatever you've said to these people, you've minimized it to where it doesn't sound that bad. And here is the horrible part about it, y'all. If Chantal moves in and she causes damages, I don't know if these people have drawn up a contract saying if there's any damages, you're going to pay for it. But the sucky thing about being a landlord is that irresponsible people like Chantal, if they decide that they don't want to pay rent, then it is a nightmare for landlords to get that person out of their home. Like, you got to spend extra money to go to the court system to do an eviction. If she wants to go that route, she could.
They know about me and my channel, obviously.
No, they don't. Liar.
They looked me up and they were like, we're going to be honest. We looked you up and... But that's why they have this. They're like, we thought you could use this. It's a huge mirror wall to wall, and they're going to put it in a room for me. So I'm good. Oh, you should see my office. Holy fuck. The thing is, guys, I don't want to be a mess. I want to take really good care. I'm going to take really good care of this place.
So that's a good question. Brooke says, why don't they give their cats to a family member? Yeah, why didn't they? I mean, that just seems weird. Why not give your cats to someone that you know that you can trust will take care of them versus a stranger? You don't know what they're capable of.
Not mine.
Sorry about the eating, guys. All she does is eat anymore.
Yes. Yeah, but they're very well behaved, non-problematic. They have their own groomers who come in I don't know what she said, once every whatever. And I said, oh, she's like, if you need someone to do your cats, like they can be done at the same time. So we have someone to take care of the cats. They have someone they employ to come into their house to take care of their cats. They're going to do our cats too.
So that would take care of the grooming. What about the vet visits, which you refuse to do?
Yeah, they'll learn to coexist. It's so roomy. She can't afford to buy $1 million house. Maybe in a couple of years I will. And if I do want to buy that house in a few years, I will be able to every penny of rent I pay into that house, which is like what?
So Panir Pandu says cats will avoid each other. No, they won't. No, they won't. If cats consider their area as their territory, and if they smell another cat, they will go looking for it. And once they find it, they'll get into a fight. That's just what happens. Unless the cat is really submissive, if it's a normal cat, like if you bring another cat into a home, they will smell the scent of the cat and they'll be haunting around looking for it.
$30,000 a year. Think about that. So let's say I'm at that house 2 years. Wait, that's what, like 60,000. Let's say it's $60,000 in rent. That's $60,000 off of the cost of the house. So I'm not losing rent money. So for me, actually, that's kind of smart for him to put that in my brain. Hey, if you're going to rent this house down the line, if you want to buy it, there's always that option, because one of the biggest advantages to buying is not losing that rent money that you're soaking into a house.
So how are you going to do this, Chantal? The whole rent to own thing, if you're putting all your money into edibles and food, you can't stop eating the edibles nor the food. I mean, you've told us before you spend $3,000 a month in food and another 2 or 3 grand on edibles. That's $6,000 just with those two things. So are you saying that you're going to cut down on the food? Are you going to cut down on the edibles? I don't think so.
Now, if I do buy this house down the line in 3 years, all that rent money, let's say $100,000 or so, right back into that equity, into the house.
Danielle says, imagine leaving your pets behind with Chantal. The nightmare. The nightmare of it all.
No, I'm talking to a man now. The gamer dude I've been talking to. Still talking to him. No, my focus is going to be on this home, these cats. Thank you guys. I spent a good few hours there today talking, drank that stuff, the mezcal, just a little bit. They have a huge, beautiful house, and they take really good care of it.
Yeah, unlike you, which is why you're the nightmare that I'm sure they're not even anticipating. You're the nightmare tenant that no landlord wants to run into.
I'm not like that. I think
You are too.
I know that I will take really good care of their house.
No, you're not. Look, you got the villa under Pizza's name. Look at all the damage you've done to the villa since you've been there for the last 2 years. The kitchen floor is cracked. The carpets, I'm sure, have to be ripped up. The plumbing has to be dealt with. There's fruit flies in there, probably other rodents. There's box mountains every place. I'm sure the place stinks. You've shat on your furniture and your bed. You're leaving all that behind for anybody who comes in and clears that place out. And let's not even begin to talk about how you do drugs because you're so proud about doing drugs. You're smoking the green and whatever else in that house. They're going to have to come in and decontaminate that house before another person comes in to live there. So if this place you're talking about is real and not a fabrication of your imagination, what you're saying to me, Chantal, with your bad habits, you're going to go into this place, which other people have kept up very well. It's well furnished, a place that they've obviously put a lot of money into, and you're going to wreck and ruin that place. I feel bad for those people. They're going to regret this decision badly.
Do you feel there's working mirrors? All right, I'm going to go to the bathroom. I'm going to come back and tell you these cats' names. Guess what the cats' names are? Flora. I'm doing all that for them, then they shouldn't be charging rent. Well, yes. No, I don't have to put a down payment. It's the guy's house, Accountable Beauty. It's the guy's house. The down payment, if I do want to buy it, will be what I already fucking paid in rent. $60,000 or whatever. Yeah. Okay, Eunice and Petunia. No, they're Mexican cats.
Excuse me, they're cats. Why are you classifying them as Mexican cats? They're cats.
Or they're cats with Mexican. So, one cat is Poncho and the other is Chilaquiles. Poncho and Chilaquiles. Am I saying that right? I'm probably butchering the fucking names.
You are.
Nobody co-signed. That is cute! I have everything in writing. Poncho and Lefty. They're so fucking cute. I walk in. The one is sitting on the chair. And I go, hi, who are you? Dox you? I never thought of that. What if he gets mad at me someday? Pete needs to work for his bed or sell him. A plus. Ready, set, rebees. A plus. Trina, they said their cats are used to this lifestyle. Apparently, before they rented out their house, they would have house sitters. Like people
I'm sure, but they had house sitters, but I'm sure nobody like you
knew in their family or whatever. Because their routine is every year the same. They don't really live. They haven't lived in the house for a long time. They don't live there, but the cats stay there, and the cats have always stayed there. And they're chipped because they roam around. They go around far sometimes. They're outdoor cats. They come back, but they've always been at that house. So this couple, for the winter, they go to Mexico. They have their own house in Mexico. Then they have the property. They have a cottage here in Canada for the summer, and then they have this house, this property. And I guess the cats just, I don't know if they always just kind of like had their families stay at this house, but the cats have always just been there. Like they've had the cats for about 4 years now. So they just usually get someone to house sit or take care of the cats while they're gone to Mexico for the winter. But yeah, the cats, they said, are used to it. They don't even miss them anymore because, well, as far as they can, because they're used to them leaving. Like, okay, so they're going for the winter. It's like their routine, They have, so in the summer, they always stay at their cottage. And then in the winter months, in the fall, winter, they go back and live in Mexico. So they have this huge house. No, not 5,000 a month at all. I can't afford that. They make it work. Their lifestyle work. They probably bring their cats with them in the summer, So in the summer, when they come back, maybe they'll bring their cats to the cottage. I think that's what they do. I think they bring their cats in the cottage. I think their cats are only alone during when they're gone in Mexico. But they're not alone. They stay with family or whatever,
So I'm confused. Y'all help me here. So these people have this house, big, beautiful furnished house, and they have 2 cats, and part of the year they go to Mexico. But yet the cats have a routine. They have groomers that come by. Some parts of this story just don't make sense,
It was just offered basically if the cats want to stay there, and I take care of them, then I would pay less in rent, and it would be like a win-win, favor kind of situation. What am I lying about? I have no, Kara, I have no motive or nothing to gain at all from lying to you about this situation.
Oh, yes, you do. Content, because that's basically what your content is, lying and filling up your time with lying.
Chantal's channel was built on storytelling.
Yep, there you go.
She don't lie. I don't. What am I lying about?
Everything.
I'm not worried about BBJ. Cats hate change and moving.
They do.
I know they do.
They do.
Taking care of someone else's cats. Yeah, the house needs monthly maintenance, and I'm not doing any of it.
So why are you living there?
As long as you signed a lease, you are good. Make the most of it and use it as a fresh start. This seems like a bad idea. Why? There's patio furniture, but it's like in the garage, I guess, for now, because it's like going to be winter soon. Oh, look at that. And start writing in my office.
Oh, are you a writer now, Chantal?
Mansion. A glow up arc starts with a mansion. Go big or go home. You gotta rent a mansion if you want to glow up. You need a mansion. No, I can't do any more edibles like this, guys. This is expensive. If I stop this shit and I stop ordering out every day, I'll be able to afford it. You know?
There you go. And you're right. You spend thousands a month just on edibles and food. If you cut out the edibles and the fast food, that would cover the rent, or at least part of it. I don't know exactly how much your rent is, but just think about that, Chantal. The fact that you are smoking and eating away rent money, like big rent money.
Can I rent out rooms if I get strapped? Maybe.
What? Wait a minute. Wait. So let me get this straight. These people, this person, couple, they are renting this place to you, and you're over here saying that you might rent out a room to somebody else. Ma'am, you don't have that authority. You are essentially house sitting, but you don't have the authority to rent out a room to somebody while you're there. It's called subletting. Nope, shouldn't do that.
But breakfast that definitely would help. What's VRBO? If I never get canceled, then I just have to change my situation. Let's say my situation changes, then I will have to change my situation. It's not like I'm like stuck there. Like, I'm sure they would understand, or I could be like, oh, I gotta give you notice. I have my situation changed.
I can see Chantal being one of those kinds of people. I don't know what the situation is. I don't know if it's an Airbnb or a friend or a Beezer or somebody helping her out, but I can easily see her being that person that she gets into a place, doesn't pay rent, or she trashes it. And then when the person wants her to leave, she leaves and then she goes on to another person and another person does the same thing. She never learns her lesson. She's just about, let me just run through everybody and leave wreckage and ruin wherever I go because it doesn't matter. They're going to be the ones to pick up the pieces when I'm gone.
Dakota, the wife is going to stay behind. Going to meet up with her, talk more about the cat's routine, the food, everything. The number for the groomer, the vet. Fuck. All that stuff. Like the stove, I don't even know how to use the stove. I was standing near it and it started.
Oh my God. Chantal, You don't know how to use the stove. Suggestion: you can find out the make and model of the stove, then go online, look up the make and model and how to use it. It's just that easy. If you have a phone, you got two phones now. You got a brand new phone. Look up the make and model of the stove and you'll know exactly what to do.
Beeping because I was standing near it. So I don't know if the stove is like equipped to detect. I don't know what, but I need to learn how to use the stove. Don't know
Why? You don't know how to cook. You don't cook. You do fast food.
how to use a fireplace. There's like apparently a valve I have to use. I mean, no, I have to come to those conclusions myself and learn my own lessons, you know. So garlic is a weeble. I don't even understand that whole situation still. It's never too late to start over. I mean, well, yeah, I mean, I'm here, knock on wood, kicking and breathing. That is what fucking matters right now, you know? Underachieving Beezers. We're here, we're queer, we
You know
matter.
what's really sad? I remember when her and BB broke up and she was heartbroken over BB. And she and Pete moved into the villa. And there were all these promises about turning over a new leaf and oh, there's a swimming pool here, there's a gym, I'm going to get my life together. And here we are 2 years later. She did not get her life together. She did not get better in any sense of the word. She's actually gotten worse. So maybe the lesson that can be taken from all of this, Chantal, is it doesn't matter where you move to. If you've got a mess going on inside of you, it's going to lead to a mess outside of you. And nothing is going to get better. It's only going to get worse. You can move into a mansion, a shack, a motel room. There's going to be chaos wherever you go because the chaos inside of your head is going to make that happen.
Hey, Ashton! Sitting on the sofa being so mean. That rhymes. The only car she can afford right now is the foot-powered car from the Flintstones.
Oh no.
I probably couldn't even afford that. That would be expensive. Cats do hate each other. I know. Fuck.
And they're going to fight.
You're gonna have two brothers. One is named Poncho, and one is named Chiniquiles. What? Your two brothers named
Sam, don't you scratch that carpet. Not clear off my car, yeah. Must be a big place. It's very big. Like, very big. You guys are gonna be like, what the fuck?
A Cannibal Beauty says you're reckless and you don't care about your cats. No, she doesn't. She really, really doesn't.
No, Sam wants to move into a strange place with two angry orphan adults. No, they're not angry cats. They're very laid back and cute.
Yeah, until the two strange cats they don't know move in. That's going to change a lot.
You better behave.
He will. Anyways, it's a big house, so they have their own area. It'll work out. If not, worst comes to worst, they said they will find somewhere else for the cats for the time being until they come home. So, no. Everything is paid for, chaperone Sherry. My friend is a house sitter, and I just talked to her, and she said she gets paid $3 to $4 a month. Like you have to sponge off of other people and can't get your own place. Love that for you. Imagine being so miserable that you have to spend money to try to make someone else miserable who's actually really happy right now. Love that for you.
Oh my. Yeah, she says, I'm really happy right now. And then later on, she rages.
Oh my God, how do I do this? It's protected by ADT. Is ADT still a place? Roman's aunt's house? Oh, fuck. You guys make me laugh. There's no intercom system, but I'm thinking of getting Google Home or Alexa Home, but Pete's I would really rather not because they're gonna spy on us. Like, he's worried about evilness or some fucking shit. I don't know. So, but I pay the rent, so I'm getting an Alexa. Fuck that. If you want to be paranoid about corporations, you need to get your own place. Capiche? Still. Are you going to get any kind of renter's insurance? I don't know. Probably not. That's a health channel, yeah. No, but that was just always my problem. Like, okay, hello, beauty. Well, fuck. I mean, the thing is, the irony is, she could probably start doing a video about herself. Like, this is the thing. These channels, like Charlie probably could start doing a channel about herself and about her health journey. But these people don't have the thick skin that they think they have to talk about themselves. You know, they don't have the courage to talk about themselves. Or maybe they just don't want to. I don't know. Some people just don't like fucking broadcasting their life. Charlie has actual fans? No, everyone has fans. You know? Monty has fans, everyone has fans. He's not in jail, stop edging. Views are a small part of income. There's super chats, members, and YouTube premium income. You can't estimate it.
Okay, she's getting boring, so let's go back to the comments. Let's see, where we stop at here? Let's see. Saggy Brain says, those poor animals, I feel for all involved, and if it's Carly and Josh, then shame on them. They know Chantal doesn't look after her own cat as she should. She feeds it. That's it. I don't know who rented to Chantal or how or why, but we're gonna see. We're gonna know. It's one of those wait and see things, y'all. No BS says, why would someone rent a $1 million home for only $3,000 a month? It makes no sense. Yeah, the pieces of the puzzle just don't fit together. Freya says, you says they have 2 cats. Is Carly and Josh taking Kappa and leaving the other 2 cats? Kappa was so close to Josh. I imagine he would go crazy without Josh. Nobody knows who the renters are. Nobody knows. We'll find out more pieces as we go. Piss and Vinegar says, Chantal, I'd watch what info I divulged about the homeowners. You've already said too much. Say as little as possible, please. Can't wait to see the new digs. How exciting. I'm going to be so happy for you. Please keep the new place clean. Chantal, keep the place clean? Not very likely. Swimming Mermaid says, I can't believe someone would let this woman or expect this woman to take care of their cats. She can't even take care of her own 2. Then throwing 2 more strange cats into the mix is utter craziness. Chantal will be hidden cameras around to make sure that you do take care of their cats in House Cottage. You think you were stressed before? Girl, you ain't seen nothing yet. Love this for you. So they're going to be installing some hidden cameras in there? I hope so. That might stop her from smoking in the house and acting stupid. So Laura says, so basically she's house sitting. It kind of sounds like it. Tyler says, does anybody find it weird that Dee Dee and Natter haven't been on YouTube for a while supposedly Chantal's moving stuff? Yeah, I do think that's odd. I do think that's odd. I wonder if there's a connection there. Living, Laughing, Crafting says, why would a landlord pay for your housekeeper and snow removal? Even going to set up filming space for you. None of this setting off your alarm bells yet. Yeah, none of it makes sense. Why is this person catering so hard to Chantal if she is house sitting? She's just a renter. She's not buying the place. Summer Flower says, so much word salad and double talk. She's a terrible liar. Eventually, she will spill the truth and admit they got evicted and spill the tea on this new place. Something is very shady here with the whole story she's spinning. Yet nothing. She's not a good liar. You're right. That's why she shouldn't lie. That's why she should tell the truth. Third World Basement says, okay, your car is a dump. Your villa is a dump. Yet we are to believe this new place will stay nice. And why do you greet the woman at the drive-thru like a long-lost friend? You see her every day except for her days off. The Colorful Gecko says, I can't wait till they take you to court after you destroyed their home. I hope that she doesn't destroy the home. I hope that she has enough respect to keep the home decent. Whoever rents to Chantal is an idiot. And they will regret their decision. They will really, really regret it. Mango says, so basically it's an Airbnb that comes with pets, okay? Should have said that. Chantal is all about exaggerating things. She doesn't want to say, yeah, I'm moving into an Airbnb. She's going to say, oh, I'm renting a place. Maybe it's because she doesn't want people to know where the place is and track it down and let the owners know, hey, do you know who you're renting to? Maybe that's why she's kind of keeping it under her tongue. Let's see. Harley Gal says, sounds like Carly's house. You know, I have to wonder about that. If Carly, I wonder if she cried and whined to Carly and Carly felt sorry for her and said, you know what, I feel bad for you. You're in a bad spot. So we have this place. You can stay there temporarily. I wonder if that's what happened. If she went crying to Carly and saying, I'm getting evicted, and Carly felt sorry for her and let her in her place. Carly, girl, you're going to regret that decision. Yes, you are. But you'll learn. You're young, but you'll learn. You're going to learn. Everybody's feeling bad for the landlords. And anybody want to take bets on how quickly Chantal's going to have Natter at the place? How much y'all want to bet that she's already got plans to have Natter over? And going further with that, that might be an angle that Chantal might take to get Natter with her. Granted, Dee Dee has a condo, but if Chantal's over there and she says, hey, Natter, I'm living in $1 million mansion, nice, fully furnished place, you don't think Natter's going to jump on that? Again, we're going to see what happens. So those are some of the comments. We're going to cut it off here. Hope everyone has enjoyed this react video. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you very much for watching and hope you have a good one. Bye-bye.